Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche casting couch, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 rated sportsbook app out there. I'm your host, Rudo, joined by AJ Haefele, Blais Hunter, Drew Creasman, the man in the crease. We'll be joined by Evan Rawal in a little bit as well. I see we already have a super chat, so we're off to a great start. Don't be vaguely
Not even vaguely.
Wrong pod.
Came to the wrong show for that. The Avalanche defeat the Minnesota Wild 5-1. I mean, they smacked down tonight. What is there to say other than get out of here, Minnesota?
Yeah, I mean, 3 wins now.
AJ's mic went out.
Mike is
what he was
gone.
trying to say is Minnesota sucks.
We exposed them for what they are.
Look, the mic just couldn't handle AJ's glasses. All right?
It's true. No, 3 wins.
They call that a winning streak, I hear?
Yeah, that's Lou Brown taught me it was a winning streak. Lou Brown is always right. And he didn't have to pee on my contract to do it. So
Thank God for that.
I tell you, 3 in a row, but they also 3 blowouts now. That's 3 games that they have just put teams away.
Yep.
I heard those don't count, though.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to continue to discount the blowouts as anomalies when they happen every other night.
Sorry, the Avs are only 3-3. The blowouts don't count. They're 500.
Ooh, it's not good. It's not looking good for us right now.
Gotta be better. Gotta step it up a little bit.
More blowouts is what we're saying. More blowouts.
Oh, did we actually get a sticker? I think that's our first sticker on the pod.
Ooh.
This is definitely a vibe show right now. Get your vibe on. We're gonna have shots at some point. I don't know when, but okay.
Oh, Eric.
Apparently we're gonna have shots right now.
Oh boy.
They may or may not contain Swedish fish.
The lovely D-line is bringing them over.
What is this
amazing.
alcohol? It's Blais bought it, so he would know. It's Uller? Okay.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Look at, there it is.
Uller. Here we go.
Are they a sponsor?
They should be.
They're about to be
about
right
to be.
here.
Come on, Uller.
Look at all the free pub we're giving them right now.
Call Lindsay Sauer, let her know.
Let's wait and see what happens after we take these shots.
Fair.
Let's see the faces
Yeah,
that
good
happen
call.
after this, all right?
Actually, yeah.
Do I eat the fish first, or do I do the
Yeah,
shot
what do I do with the
first?
candy part of this?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
No, don't make me make choices.
All right, we'll chase with the candy, I think. We ready? We ready for the victory shots?
Here.
Hold on.
No depth.
Yeah, AJ can't see right now.
I can't see anything, so
We ready?
Let's go.
Cheers.
I didn't get
Victory
the strategy on the
Victory
stick,
shots, boys. Cheers.
To the dub.
That's mouthwash.
Yeah, that is Listerine. I just drank Listerine for sure.
Yep.
I understand why they put the candy in there.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, man. It keeps going, doesn't it?
So if you're looking for something to peel the paint off the wall,
So now that I have minty fresh breath, like let's get into it. I mean,
Oh, man.
the Avs never trailed in this game.
true.
It made even the first period when it was close. The Avs dominated the period, 14 shots to 6.
I mean, they really could have had a 3-0 lead at the end of the first period.
Yeah.
They tore that ass up.
We're not even to the Evan part of the show.
We didn't see the other side of the ice for very much of that first period at all.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was jarring because every time the camera would go back to center ice, we were like, ugh, what's that ugly color on
that
there?
Minnesota 20 years logo that was like it was pea colored. Like, let's be honest.
So
That's what it
That was the 20-year logo? I thought that was the Motel 8 that was sponsoring the Wild this year.
Ooh, when their net is open, the Avs are scoring in it, I guess.
Well, it was definitely a red light district at the XL Energy Center tonight. Ooh. Because, I mean, each period they just kept tacking on. It was like Kaapo Kähkönen was the AHL goaltender of the year last year. And that's awesome for him, but that might have been his level. And the Avs showed that tonight because, honestly, there could have easily been 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
Like there were some saves that like clipped body parts. And when you consider their one goal was like
Off of Grubauer's mask.
a goofy like geometry bounce off of his face. You have to feel like they got a little bit lucky in the bounce department tonight that Minnesota didn't give up 8.
That one looked like it went off his glove, off the side of his helmet, and then straight up.
In my entire year and a month of watching hockey, I have never seen a goal like that. Never seen a goal like that in my year and a month of watching hockey.
It was weird, man.
It was a little weird. I was just like,
I think he's given up 2 goals this season now that have been off his face.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it's
When was the other one?
I don't remember which one it was.
Off the side of the mask, though. Yeah.
Oh, I think it was in Anaheim.
Oh.
But I don't want to take that.
I don't
to
know
the
how
bank.
you can think anything with those glasses on, to be honest. Like,
Look, you can just everything that I say you just take to the bank. That's
Straight
all
up.
it is.
Straight up
I mean-
cashing that money.
that's what it feels like for the Avs right now. Logan O'Connor's first shift with the Avs of the season. Puck's in the net.
He scores off a stick laying on the
Yeah,
ice.
the goalie, Kakkonen's like, I don't need this stick anymore, and then pays the price for it.
Greatest tip by a goalie ever.
Did O'Connor really get the assist, and it's a Kapanen own goal? Kakkonen, rather, own goal?
It truly should be.
Yeah.
Drew, we couldn't give you a spinny goal tonight, but
It was still 0
Minnesota almost did.
on the year. Yeah, Minnesota almost got one. A shorty. They almost got a shorty spinning goal, which was going to make me irate. So we avoided that. That's good to know. But we're 0 on the year.
Yeah.
The spinning goal counter is at 0.
need some spinners, Avs. If you're going to blow teams out, you might as well go for the spinny goal at this point.
Get a little creative out there. Sam Girard, I see you trying. I see you thinking about him. I see you considering the spinning goal.
He does the spinny. He just doesn't really like the goal part.
Spinny assists we've had. Tyson Jost had a spinny assist a couple games ago. Have been a couple of those. Like, guys are moving out there. Like, they're skating, but come on.
A quick little spin will turn your Canadian dollars into a super chat, by the way. Thank you very much. I'm sure you
Canada,
noticed.
spinning goals go the other way. No, that's
Australia,
that's
close
Australia.
enough. Yeah,
That is
same thing.
loony.
Yeah.
That is loony.
Yes, I believe YouTube takes like every kind of dollar.
It feels like it would
They
be
don't
silly of YouTube to be like, we don't want that money.
Super chats from Serbia last night. They were.
So there you go.
Serbia.
Sweet.
I don't know about the Dogecoin though. It may not take that.
All right. First of all, it's Doge, and the number of Doge coins you'd have to pay to like qualify is far too many.
And they're
people
squashing it.
donate
too,
like
right
a stock of GameStop in the
Yeah.
super chat? Can they just throw us like a little GameStop?
One
right
stock of
AMC?
GameStop
Little
would be the
AMC,
biggest
man.
donation we've ever had.
Come on.
Can you imagine 20 days ago saying that about GameStop?
now. Oh my goodness! Did you see the guy that started that whole thing on Reddit?
Yeah.
Multi-millionaire
Well,
all
it's
of a
not
sudden.
even the guy who really. There's a guy who's claiming he started it, and the guy who really started it.
Oh, there's 2 different ones.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't know the
Pet
backstory.
The internet.
Well, he's Chewy.
Oh,
But
that's it. Sorry, Chewy.
DFV for short.
Yeah.
He's up $31 million.
You know, it
Rough.
would be so cool to wake up one day and be up $31 million.
That's McKinnon in 2 years, by the way.
Yeah, his contract structure is actually going to be amazing because it's going to be like he gets $25 million.
I heard the Cardinals are up like 50.
Haven't heard anything about that.
Where's Evan?
been
We're going to have
asleep
Evan
for
replace
24
Blais.
I think that's the crazy part of this game and the last couple games is McKinnon's not been super duper elite. He's been good enough.
He's not been super duper. Like right now, 56 game schedule, he's on pace to score like 57 points.
Yeah, he's just been regular Hall of Fame caliber.
It's just like a regular point per game. This hard stuff, the hard stuff is going. We're talking about Mikko.
Straight up.
Oh my
dude.
goodness, that winger. Is it Mikko Rantanen that's been just performing out of his mind this whole time?
My takeaways is full of me being like Mikko Rantanen for Hart. So I'm all about it.
It's hard to disagree. Scored. I haven't kept up with today's goal scoring stats, but he's up to 7 goals in 8 games.
Now I'm new, but am I supposed to still be mad about his contract? I read things online.
For one, you should know this from baseball.
I should.
You're always mad about the contract.
The contract is never good.
A player has never been worth any amount of money that he's ever been paid.
Get rid of this
ever.
guy.
Unless they are so grossly underpaid, like in baseball.
Yeah.
For the first 6 years of their career.
Yeah, give me Scotty Hatteberg. That's the hero of the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
There's
Mikko Rantanen. That goal, can I just say, was obscene.
It's just another Mikko.
Yeah, that's
Like I'm not used to it. Like so I'm sure there are people who have gotten used to it. And it's not to draw a really hurtful, just painful comparison. But we got used to the Nolan Arenado thing. You know what I mean? You take it for granted. And like that dude's all over him, Mikko, tonight. That guy is all over him. He's like, I don't even see you. Like you are not there to me. I'm scoring this. And I don't care that you've been harassing me for the last 5 seconds during this entire move.
When he cuts across the middle, like, he puts himself in danger because there should be somebody on that team who's following him and tracking him and coming across the middle with him. Instead, all coverage drops off, and it's just like a guy sticks his stick out.
I don't know if they dropped off. They were trying.
This is not how you cover a monster.
AJ, yeah, a moose is running full speed toward you. You're going to step in front of that? Like, come on.
Dude, I'm sorry, but if I'm getting paid whatever those guys are getting paid, I'm at least attempting it. And instead it was like, oh, I'm going to reach out with my stick. And he goes top shelf on it, and it's like, well, guess what? He's like one of 5 guys in the NHL that can do that.
And he did it across the goalie's body. He shot back from where he was coming from.
So a thing that he tries a lot but doesn't always succeed in, because usually teams consider playing defense.
Think about it.
I don't know what, like Minnesota coming in, strength. The strength was the wings and their defense, and none of those looked any good tonight.
All right, we do have.
I don't know how they were 5-3 coming into this because they suck.
Let's be real. They're 5-3 because this division is bad.
Because they're playing LA, Anaheim, Arizona, and they're just like mopping up on the guys who are going to finish at the bottom. San Jose. Yeah, sure, whatever. But those teams still beat Colorado too.
For now.
Couple.
Let's have a sober moment here before this podcast goes off the rails.
Too late for that.
Okay, well,
The rest of y'all might be able to pull that off.
take the glasses off for one moment.
Wow, the world looks really different.
The comparison of injuries tonight. EJ goes down the tunnel after 3 minutes and 21
I
seconds.
didn't like that.
It's a big loss.
It's a big loss, but
looked
let's be
bad,
honest,
too.
if you followed the Avs for more than 7 games, you saw it coming.
Not this soon.
Maybe not, but the Avs now dealing with multiple injuries, Calvert and Belmar on the forward side, but more importantly, Taves is a question mark on the defensive side, and now EJ.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't think you have to be that concerned, though.
The fourth line looks better.
Back end.
The fourth line looked great tonight.
Like, the fourth line lost those guys, and it was like, hey, this might have been their best game.
I don't think it was particularly close, to be honest with you. I thought that fourth line was great.
Losing EJ, though, that's not...
Yeah.
Like, they've already dug into the depth. This is where you're like, sure would be nice, heavy, and Cole right now. Because that guy could have come into your lineup and you feel just fine about it. And now you're like...
staring down the barrel of playing one of Timmins or Graves in your top 4.
Yeah.
And playing Patterin on your bottom pair.
Right, now all of a sudden, you went from Eric Johnson is your 5th best defenseman to now you have 3 guys that are going to be in the game tomorrow that could be Timmins and Patterin and Graves, where, like, if all those guys were living up to their potential and living up to the best that we've seen of them, you're fine with that. But we haven't seen that this year. Connor Timmins has been a basic nothing through 6 games. Ryan Graves, this might have been his best game.
Probably.
And I feel like that's only just saying so much because it's like,
And you still clench every time he gets the puck.
Well, there were some reads tonight before my vision started to go that I really liked. Like, there were some decisions that he made where I was like, okay, this is a good, solid decision from him. And this is way more. I felt way better about what Graves was doing tonight than at any other game. But I also, like, if you ask me to tell you about anything about the third period, I think they scored a couple times.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that happened in the third.
So what does this mean for Bowen Byram?
It just means, first of all, this was his 6th game.
Yep.
That dude is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
He is most
I bought
definitely
stock.
not
I
going
don't care
anywhere.
if it's not on record. I
came-
want it to show I bought stock.
He came down to earth a little bit, in my opinion, tonight. I mean, still,
I
he's
disagree.
still going to be around.
I disagree.
He was out of position quite a bit.
His recovery is so good. The physicality is really great.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not
he-
saying we're going to get rid of him.
that reverse hit when the dude tried to roll up on him in the corner, and he moves the puck and then smokes that guy and then
Hate
stands
that
there and
man.
is like, was that a good life choice? Like,
Did you
that
think
for
long
me-
and hard about that?
Because if he's not at his best offensively, you've got to find other areas in the game to be good. And if that's what it's gonna be, if he's gonna lay a dude out,
Yeah.
yes.
First of all, Allie, do a shot down in Arizona for us, please. Secondly,
Also, happy birthday.
a happy birthday,
And happy
indeed.
birthday.
While Bowen Byram does find himself out of position a lot, he is quickly mastering the art of the recovery.
Dude, the recovery
100%.
is. I don't. At this point, like when he's out of position, I'm just like, well, he'll be fine. He's got
Straight
this.
up?
He'll just outskate whatever fool it is, and get back into position.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
19's a great age.
I
Right? You're like, whatever, man.
EJ's gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, "Oh my god, we got another game today," and Bowen's gonna be like, "Hey guys, are we playing today? Let's do this. This sounds like a lot of fun."
Morning skate, let's
Do we-
go.
Yeah, like let's go.
Do we
Morning
know who
skate.
Byram's roomie is on the road?
Ooh, that's a good question.
With the COVID protocols, I bet it's nobody.
Nobody. They're all in their own rooms. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, 100% Byram is waking up EJ at 7 in the morning.
Oh
Like,
no, vets don't get put in with those guys anymore. His roommate's probably Logan O'Connor in a normal year. And those dudes are just like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and they're just hyping each other up. Let's go! We're gonna play in the NHL today. It's either that or they're going down to the local Denny's and putting on a metal show.
dude, Byram's kind of got the metal goatee. He's trying to make it work.
Dude, he's
For
got the
sure.
horse face for it. It's perfect.
He kind of does. Face of a goat, maybe. We do have to take our first period break, which means, psych, it's Saturday. There's no ads today. We're going to keep on rolling.
Go!
Let's go!
That's where we're
Yes.
headed. DraftKings King of the Game. We haven't even talked about him yet because this game was so sick. Brandon Saad
Hoppy.
comes in,
Oh, no.
scores a goal, scores an assist. He's up to 7 points in 8 games on the season after a slow start.
6 of them in the last 3 games.
Look at this picture right here. This is what the Wild saw all night too. Just the back of the jersey.
Yeah.
They
the
saw
whole
they
time.
saw that king celebrating.
Yeah, they did see the crown above his helmet.
That's they saw what peasants see. And that's the ones at the top enjoying their demise.
You guys can't see this off camera right now, but a single tear is rolling down Evan's face as he thinks about Nikita Zadorov playing for Chicago. But
Who?
yeah, exactly.
Now, you knew this guy was great immediately, man. It's like one of those dudes, he's got the name. Look, man, you don't have to, you know that sometimes in sports, it's just about the name. There's so many dudes in baseball, you're like, oh, that guy's got the right name. He'll be okay. Brandon Saad, how is that guy not a hockey player?
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
And then you find out that he is.
what was he going to work at Target? Brandon Saad? Come on.
I mean, Brandon is a pretty good high school employee name.
Brandon, sure. You can get away with anything, but Saad with the 2 A's,
Yeah.
you got to do something
I worked at
special.
Target.
Yeah. There you go. Nothing wrong with working at Target.
Drew,
But you also played the
You
hockey.
were a red shirt.
It was a red shirt, khaki.
Drew, are you ready for the pain of Brandon Saad right now?
Ooh,
Can't be.
Brandon Saad has been in the NHL for a decade.
So I was, oh no.
No, we're not done yet.
Oh no.
He's younger than I am.
Oh, you. You person of you.
I believe he might have won a cup.
Why is this happening?
What did I know? No, I think there's more than one cup.
You think?
I can't remember.
Did
who
I
it
have
was
to
with.
feel
I'm
old
pretty sure
today?
Brandon Saad won a cup before Arenado won a Gold Glove.
How dare you? Nolan Arenado had 2 Gold Gloves before he was on his own cell phone plan.
I'm still not on my own cell phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, and
Guy's got.
are you
35
familiar with
million.
millennials? We all live at home. We all have our parents' cell phone plans. It's fine.
Okay,
We're
fair
the
enough.
reason that houses still get built with basements. They do it with millennials in mind.
They're still sharing like Hulu accounts and shit. Like,
Yeah, dude, I share my Hulu account with 5 people.
I feel out of place
fine.
here in this conversation right now. Should I leave?
You're the one paying for all the accounts that everyone else uses.
Blais going to Blockbuster.
Hey, that stock's going up.
To the moon, baby. To the moon. All right, let's continue kind of through this game. The Avs pick up 2 power play goals.
Depth scoring. A power play that looked like garbage.
It
and
was
puts
not
up
good.
2 goals.
It was not good tonight.
First of all, thanks for all the opportunities, I guess. Like, it's a lot easier to score 2 power play goals when you have 400 chances at it.
Yeah, there was a few.
It felt like every time I looked up, they were on another power play. It was like, geez, man, this is...
Can I ask about the double where they did nothing?
Well, what are you asking?
So the Carson Soucy cross-checking was
Yeah.
after the play.
Oh, okay.
Which
Yeah.
there wasn't a boarding on the Avs.
That was so
in that
bizarre.
play.
It wasn't boarding. That's how.
What?
It wasn't boarding. McKinnon was fine. It was fine.
Just murder a man into the boards without the puck. It's cool.
Look. Like I said, it was fine. I've got no other retort.
How many no calls on interference did we see tonight?
Oh my god.
Dude, the most egregious was easily that puck dump
Yeah.
where the defenseman just
Oh,
went
yeah.
with whatever forward it was. And we just saw Girard get called for that a couple nights ago where it was like, okay, if you're going to call it like that, you got to be concerned. And of course, it was the only one that night.
there's like-
and then tonight, you're like, well, what the hell is this? He followed him all the way to the goal line.
I'm 50-50 that on one of those dump-ins, like, Mikko could consult a lawyer about sexual assault. Like,
That man's was very handsy.
We're gonna
it's like
see it
it's
all
like
year long.
that Arrested Development scene where they're in the prison and did no touching. Like that. I feel like Mikko goes into the offensive zone and he's like, no touching. And they give him that space, and then he scores on them.
We're gonna see it all year long. I mean, the Avs just can outskate everybody.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get interference, no calls.
There was legitimately
All
a
game long.
scene in this game near the end of the third period where the Minnesota defensemen are laying down on the ice like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was not an injury. It was just like, look, if I get up, he's gonna make me go out there again.
he's hoping the coach is like, you're done.
Yeah,
You sit at the end of the bench and you think about what you
the
did
old
by laying on the
Patrick
ice.
Long.
That's a little bit harsh, but
Colorado is a different world.
Is there a concern someone's just gonna beat up the Avs
No.
at this point? Because that was last year.
Go
I know.
away, Twitter, Drew.
Thank you. Okay. Because that was my one thing. Is like that seems
The
like
teams
the one
keep
thing.
trying, like LA,
Yeah,
Anaheim,
that's what
now
you can
Minnesota.
do.
All these teams are the
It
ones
seems
that
the strategy.
should be doing that, but it's like we're now okay. So you look at the Anaheim games. Won the first game, dominated the second game. It was just John Gibson. Won the San Jose games, and now they've won the first Minnesota game. Like they're playing really
They're
good
trying.
hockey. All of the
Yeah.
all of the trap and all of the close and the sit in front of the net and block shots. None of that shit's working.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just rolling. They haven't really had like the second San Jose game was like a good game. Like it was
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
The Avs dominated play, but it was 0-0 going into the third. So you're not going to be like, oh,
They gunked it up.
but once it broke through, they broke through.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the biggest difference between last year and this year is the killer instinct is starting to develop, where they're smelling blood and they're just putting teams away.
I love watching the third periods now. It used to drive me crazy watching Avs third
The
periods.
start of the
It
season.
drove you crazy 5 games ago.
The start of the season, it was like, dude, these third periods are not good. And now they've put like 6 in a row together where they've just whooped the other team's ass. And you're like, huh, okay. If you're just going to put teams away, then their one big question mark that I think that they have moving forward is, can they come back on somebody?
Yeah.
Can they be down 2-1, 3-1 into a third period and still put that same kind of effort into it and not have it be John Gibson on the other end?
Right.
That's that killer Sakic era where they just, the comebacks.
I mean, you see the best teams in the NHL that lead the NHL in the last couple of years in wins when trailing after 2 periods. They're all the best teams in hockey except Colorado.
Yeah.
Don't have to win if you're trailing if you're never trailing.
Like the Avs, and like it's true, the Avs are among the teams in that situation the least. But when you are going to get into that situation, you're going to enter a third period trailing.
Right.
You have to find a way to scrape W's.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna grandstand on this tonight because they haven't trailed in a while. So I guess the beginning of the first San Jose game they trailed for a few minutes, but it wasn't that long, and we know how that game went. So right now you're nitpicking any problems that you have.
Well, that's right. This is a hype show, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% hype.
Well, when you blow a team out every other game,
Now-
what do you
Now,
say?
hang on. I'm getting word on the street now that
The street.
a $10 donation will make Kale take a shot.
Oh, wow.
And follow-up $10 donations will make everyone on the cast take a
I
shot.
like that he just puts his finger in his
Evan
ear
needs
and
to come in and take that shot as well.
blamed Colfax.
Clarify was not a part of that decision, but
There was nobody a part of that. Rudo just decided this was the
Say,
deal.
that sounded like a Rudo decision.
If Kale declines, I'll do his shot. It's fine.
I'll do Kale's shot.
Yeah,
Wait,
it'll
are
be
we
fine.
doing?
It'll
how-
be fine. We'll
yeah.
do whatever we have to do.
5-1, and it didn't really feel like they broke a sweat.
It didn't.
Well, and this was the kind of game where you were like, the McKinnon line was not spectacular on the score sheet.
I'm saying.
and you blew somebody out.
Right.
And now the San Jose game
Like your
where they
fourth
blew him
starter
out
was
was
out
like
there.
that was one where you were like, hey, this is all good. Like the second line had to break through at some point, right?
Drew, are you sober enough to read?
He's
Chugs a beer
Drew?
at the set. Okay.
I'll take a shot for that one.
Or what is
Kale's
this?
like,
One
I
of
got
these
this
I can
bullet.
do.
It's fine.
I was going to say I was drinking IPA. I can't chug an IPA. I actually can't really chug beers, but I'll throw one down for you. Holy cow! You threw in. Okay, I'll chug a beer for you. That's quite the
Is that a
super chat.
20? Oh, that's a 20.
Vaguely sober, throwing in 20 bucks. That basically covers the price of the.
Is he looking for candy?
Does he need a Swedish fish? I got a whole pack.
Okay.
All right.
He's got one.
All right. Get it, Kale.
That's
That's my boy.
Look at that.
That's my boy. Look at it. He doesn't even break a sweat.
oh yeah.
Yeah, there it goes. Now that paint dinner kicked in.
He was selling it, but that ruler.
I tell you,
There's another. Was that another one?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, there's another one on there.
yeah, 5 different goal scorers. Each line had a goal tonight.
Every single.
Arguably, the third line had 2, even though they were power play
Hey,
goals.
I just want to know where all the people questioning the Avs are at tonight, because the Avs were 3-3 3 games ago, and the number of people I had in my mentions concerned about everything.
Well, and like at 3-3, it was a disappointing record
It
to start
was.
the year,
It was like-
especially given
There were
4
leg-
games against SoCal where you're like, nah, we should mop this up.
I'm being too harsh. Like, there were legitimate concerns about this team
Yeah.
when they were 3-3. Kadri and Saad were not what they are
were
right now.
They were awful.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, Brandon Saad has 6 points in 3 games, and you're like, maybe this was overblown.
I had some mild fans in my Twitter feed, just talking crap before
I
the
think
game
it's
started.
It's incredible that they still
disappeared.
have fans.
They disappeared though. I didn't hear them throughout the game.
A little quiet. A little
It was
quiet.
a little weird.
Less quiet was the locker room. We're going to bring in Evan Rawal here for a second. Someone has to step out. I don't know who's stepping out. I guess let's do this shot real quick before we bring in Evan.
He doesn't want to do the shot.
Well, I got Oh,
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Holla.
Let's go.
Did you put candy in yours?
I did. I threw a candy in mine.
Good job.
I had extra
My
candy in my
man.
bag.
He's ready.
Oh,
You know-
man. No cavities tonight.
I thought drinking Listerine would be worse, like, to be honest.
It's growing on me.
Evan time.
It is
Oh,
Evan
look at that.
time.
The Rowell Meister himself.
I gotta bring my couch in.
Gotta switch out couches real
Yeah,
quick.
That avatar is nice looking. Mine, not so
Wow.
much.
dude,
There's a lot of gray hair in mine.
AJ's Twitter avatar is the elite avatar of DNVR for
All
sure.
right. These are nice couches.
Oh my God! You got two of them now.
It is not just me who enjoys the feel of the world.
There must be something wrong with the couch over here, Rudo.
I guess this couch just ain't it.
not-
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Yeah.
It's the same fabric.
Your mic if you're gonna talk.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
I have no formal training, so
You
My
act
bad.
like we do, but anyway.
It's mostly just we've been put in front of mics for a long
True,
time now.
true. Evan, are there any negatives to take away from this game? I mean, you got to
Well-
think it was a hype show in the locker room too.
Yeah, it was. Everyone was hyping up. Basically, all the talk is about how dominant they are defensively right now.
Yeah.
Yo, 19 saves for Grubauer.
And
19
the
saves on
2
20
shots
shots.
in the third period were just floaters from the corner. Just he doesn't have to do anything, and they're not going to start him tomorrow because they don't have to. But yeah, defensively, this team's unreal right now.
Any word on EJ? I assume nothing. as-
Although Bednar
Talk to the trainer.
he did say, listen, you guys ask me every time after the game, and the fact of the matter is I have very little time after the game before I come and talk to you guys. I always talk to the trainers after I talk to you. So he did go a little bit further into I haven't talked to the trainers yet as to why he hasn't talked to the
Okay,
trainers yet.
I feel like
oh, come on.
Hold on. Wait. First of all, that's only $5. And secondly, I will allow you.
No. That's $5 Canadian. That's like $2
that's
in real
that's
money.
like nothing.
That's like $2 in real money. No.
And secondly, if you want to call in a pinch hitter, feel free to.
Nah, I'm good. I got a driver here.
All right. Drink up then.
In that case, we're not on your side anymore.
Yeah. It's Listerine. It's straight up Listerine.
Yeah, it is. Canadian $5. I once in Canada, I bet my friend $5 to eat a packet of butter at Tim Hortons, and he did. But it came out about 5 minutes later.
That, I feel like that did not need a follow-up story.
I did.
I never want to make light of player injuries. You wish health on everyone.
Yeah, it's not great to see that like half of Minnesota's roster was hurting by the end of the night. Like that sucks.
Of all the things that could help the Avalanche in a 4-game series against Minnesota, not having to play against Matt Dumba has to be pretty high on the list.
Well, and dude, Kevin Fiala out with suspension for the first 3 games of the series. Now, if Matt Dumba's out for any kind of time, it did not look great.
Yeah.
That looked
Like-
brutal.
You lose Eric Johnson. Okay, well they lose Matt Dumba.
yeah. And he's been a
Dum-
killer for the
flat
Avs.
out. Matt Dumba is more important to Minnesota than Eric Johnson is to Colorado.
Yep.
By a good bit, for sure.
He's probably their top goal scorer in the lineup right now.
He's the only guy who scored tonight.
Yeah.
Evan, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't even know who talked in the post-game interviews.
Well, I do need to say that I tried to do the press conference behind that wall over there, and I got asked a question right when AJ started yelling, "Let's go!" So I was on the mic right when that happened, and I have a friend watching at home, and he asked if my daughter was yelling in the background. So I had to move into the hallway.
fine.
But O'Connor talked. Saad. You don't get much from Saad. He's just a standard veteran.
Yeah.
And Miko.
He's
but,
polished. He knows the drill.
Yeah. But they
Don't
all,
tell the media
The one thing
anything.
Miko did hype up Bo a little bit, just to his ability to
Rudo.
pop
Sorry.
me a penny. No, Miko did hype up Byram a little bit, and he said the one thing he can do is just draw people in and just make it easy for you when he gets rid of the puck. So, obviously he's playing tomorrow. ELC's kicking in. No big surprise there. So
Yeah,
Filled up the one. Okay.
Well, it was just for Rudo to take the shot.
Victor,
Oh, yeah.
Victor calling me out right here. I see how it is, Victor. All right,
Well, look at this.
I saved a pack.
What do you talk about Byram on this? 'Cause he was less of a fan. I thought it was great because if you're not going 100%, you got to find a way to contribute in the league. So where did you land on Byram?
On his game tonight,
Yeah.
I love the first
you
half.
really
I
had to
thought it
fill
was
this
a
to
little
the
iffy in
brim?
the second half. Like the one power play, I think he had like 3 straight turnovers, and then his game kind of dipped after that.
I feel like the power play as a whole, very different than the power play.
Yeah. And actually, I asked Bednar about Timmins because I thought Timmins was awful for the first half of the game. But he said, we're going to stick with him in the lineup because we know he's a smart player. He's just missing that last little oomph from his game, that he can hold on the puck a little bit longer, make a smarter play. But I think Bednar just loves the guy and knows he's a smart player, and he's going to, obviously I'm assuming EJ's not playing tomorrow.
Yeah, I would.
There's no way based off what we saw, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy. That's 5 defensemen under 25 tonight at this point. They're top 4. I mean,
And
I
they
guess,
gave up 20 shots on goal.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Honk, honk.
Brutal.
Let's. 2 things are going to happen right now. First of all, I'm going to take our fake second period break, and then we're going to move on to the fact that it's shout out to my bladder time. And after that, I'm going
Shout out.
Drew, you can step into my spot in a second here. There you go. Come into my spot and chug that beer on camera. And I'm going to leave you guys with the conversation that AJ and I were having on Twitter earlier today. Sam Girard is somehow still underrated in the NHL outside of Colorado. And the dude is now a point per game player after tonight. Is it over a point per game? I have to check.
Right about
2
point per
tonight.
game.
He had 6, 7, so
Are
exactly
we seeing this?
a
right
point
here?
per game with 7 assists and 1 goal.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we've got 3 shots coming for AJ, Drew, and Blais.
Wow, thank God you didn't say my name. All right. Drew, get on in here.
Beer, though.
Talk about...
Chug a beer and then do a shot.
Drew's going to chug a beer, and then we're going to talk about Sam Girard, I think, is the play. Goodbye.
I mean, so while this change happens, I think the big difference with Girard this year is just confidence offensively.
100%.
The biggest thing that we've talked about with G the last couple of years is he would get to the red line, he would get to center ice, he would carry the puck, and it just looked like he was unsure of where to go and what to do once in that position. And I think that's over with. We're seeing he's waiting for passing lanes in the offensive zone. He's creating with his legs like he always has, but instead of him trying to find his own shot, he's looking around and he's saying, where can I go with this puck? And he's finding answers. And he's finding talented guys on the other end. He's not throwing pucks to Brick Hands McGee here. Like Nichushkin's just not on the receiving end.
Yeah.
So he's finding guys in open spaces. And they're converting, man. And his generation of offense is starting to catch up to his defense. And it's just like, this is year 1 of a 7-year contract at $5 million per. And right now, like, obviously, small sample size and all, he looks like a steal.
It does look like a steal. I mean, the time and
Oh my
space that
goodness.
he generates by using his legs is unreal, right? Like,
Yeah.
he has so much time out there to make
You
decisions
drink.
that he can just pick apart the defense now when he comes down the ice. I think last year, you're right, he was a little timid when he get over the red line.
There was just, and it was something that we saw from day 1 with him where confidence was there for him to exit the zone with the puck.
Yeah.
He would drive the puck into the other zone, but he wasn't sure where to go, what was after that. And we saw... we saw in his entire junior career, the guy knows how to create offense. And so it was, at what level is he going to be able to do it in the NHL? Right now, it's higher than what I think will continue. But if he's legitimately 40 plus points, And Makar is going to be what Makar is, which is 40-plus points. And Byram eventually were to get that kind of offense as well. And Taves is sitting in that 30-point range. You have the most dominant two-way defense in the NHL to buoy the NHL's best line and best player. And the only question mark that you have is, can the goaltender not screw it up enough to get the cup? Because all of these developments are just checking boxes.
Right.
This is just one step closer to being a team that other teams cannot match up with.
All right, everybody has to do a shot.
Okay, before I do the shot though,
Yeah, do that thing.
I gotta do this beer, and I want you to answer a question. Everybody can answer the question as I'm doing the beer. Then we'll do the shot. I promise. I want to ask the question because I legitimately don't know the answer to this. And so as you're answering the question,
It's Wayne
whoever
Gretzky.
did 1999 earlier for me to chug a beer, Blais is gonna check my beer. That's a full
beer.
That's a full beer, and I can't chug, so I'm just gonna drink this thing as fast as I can. Who are the best skating defensemen in the NHL, and where does Sam Girard fit among that group? Because for me, when I see that man bring the puck up, I just go look at him. And I'm into spinny boys, and that's my spinny boy. Hashtag spinny boy.
I think you need to change your Twitter profile bio to "I'm into spinny."
I mean, I may as well, because all that stuff about me being in the BBWAA and covering the Rockies is just nonsense at this point. So give me that. Where does Sam Girard rank amongst skaters?
You guys have a list?
I think Drew might be a bisexual.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say because,
Right,
right, like
beer sexual.
on the Avs, you've got Cale Makar,
Yeah.
which has to be up there in that list.
Well, so the Avs have three of them. You have Cale Makar, Devon Taves, and Sam Girard.
Girard, yeah.
So there's three right there that you would get into. Other guys that jump off on top of my head, you have to talk about Quinn Hughes. You have
Yes.
to talk about Ivan Provorov. You have to talk about Zach Werenski. All of those guys are really, really good. You have to talk about Victor Hedman.
Yes.
Okay, he made up one of those names,
Yeah.
but that's fine.
What was the made up name?
Is Barov. What was the one in there?
Werenski.
Provorov is the one.
Provorov.
I was going to say
Bovarov. Bovarov is not a
Heiskanen is the
real
one
person.
that
That's
jumps to mind.
Miro Heiskanen absolutely
Yeah.
belongs in that conversation.
100%.
Absolutely.
But
I mean,
sure.
the thing is they have three of them that you would put generously somewhere in the top 20.
yeah.
You could make a strong argument for top 10.
Where's Makar at?
For two of those
in
guys.
in that top,
I think
five list.
Makar is top 3
Yeah.
because
for sure.
it's not just the speed and the acceleration, which Girard doesn't have. It's the edge work. It's the balance. It's
Jimmy, baby.
it's oh my goodness. That's the whitest thing I've ever seen in my life. Somehow I
No one
managed
could
to
see
see
that.
that.
No one could see it.
You're lucky no one saw that.
I wish I hadn't. I wish
Yeah,
I could
now I'm
brain
not
bleach
gonna
to
unsee it.
have missed that.
Music, the moment you wish you never let it go.
No,
You only
I'll
get
say-
one shot.
No,
Do not
no.
miss your
Don't
chance.
do this.
Oh goodness.
I only went 3 seconds. That's not.
This just reminds me of Always Sunny when Charlie's eating sausages out of his front butt. But no, I was gonna say Girard before this year. I didn't think he was like straight. Everything else, great. Straight line, I don't think he's the fastest guy. I do think he looks a little bit faster this year.
I still have concern with Girard on the back end when we start getting into like a heavy bump game, right?
Yeah, when you get
Getting checked
cycled,
off the
they're
puck.
not going to do well.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's funny because it's like, oh, well, the Avs are going to be bad at that game. But the Avs are going to be elite in every transition area.
Yeah.
Every other team has to put up with them in transition. So when they get into a cycle game, it is going to be tougher for the Avs. That's not what they want to do. But they will do it. I just think they will do it less than everybody else
Yeah,
because
I mean-
they're so good at what else they do.
There's a small sample size, but Girard has given up the puck twice this year when it's gone to a bump game.
Well, you've seen.
Well, and one of those was the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Which, for me, I lit on fire.
that doesn't count.
For me, I don't count anybody's first game of the year as a
Okay.
real
All
game.
right, all right.
Especially coming off no preseason.
Yeah,
I'm not counting that first game of the year as a real game for anybody in the league except Nolan Patrick. Because he needed it and that made me feel good.
The one thing I'll say is that
saw that.
That was my Girard question.
Girard has gotten hurt he only gets hurt in the playoffs. It
I
seems
can't
like,
chug,
where-
but that's the best I can do.
I do feel
That's
like
the fastest I can
in the
go.
regular season he will realize, hey, I don't need to take this hit right now.
Yeah.
And maybe it leads to a chance or a goal against, but in the long run, you're like, well, we'd rather have Sam Girard alive. So that's kind of the trade-off you might have to make at some point.
promise someone we talk about Sam Girard's Iron Man
Yeah.
in the regular season.
Well, I also want to say he does not get tired. It's amazing. Just at the end of his shift, he'll still skate the puck out of the zone, and they're using him more on the PK. And there's one play on the PK tonight where he just took the puck and skated away from everyone and cleared the puck. And it's like, Ian Cole wasn't going to do that. Zadorov wasn't going to do that. This is
Did
a
you notice
different.
Ian Cole at all from Minnesota?
I did not know he was playing until the third period.
I did see his numbers come up, but I did not notice
Yeah.
that he was playing out there.
Altitude put the camera on him once, and I was like, Ian Cole! And then I forgot about it the rest of the game.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
How crazy is that that's where we're at now with the Avs?
Well, if EJ's out, I kind of want him.
Yeah, right. Like,
Well, yeah. Yeah.
you're 2 injuries deep onto that defense, and now you're like, oh, we have to do
Oh,
shots.
yeah.
I started to
already
move
take
my
your
mic
shot?
to do them.
He came in off the side for those who were paying attention.
I did mine already. No.
Oh, it's in your thing?
Yeah, it's in here. I swear to God, it's in here.
I'm putting Swedish fish in all my shots from now on.
Yeah.
I almost said something else, which was
It's all language.
hey.
Kale
Does it
put,
ever get better?
You can do it, Drew.
Kale
I
put
don't think
more
it
in that
does.
one.
Pull it down, man.
Eric, what are you laughing about over there? Woo! I'm going to send you $10 and you're going to have to do a shot.
Oh, man.
It would be so messed up if his name popped up on that super chat.
Everybody right now, if you can do it, Eric
give me a
Weedham,
$10
D-line, he needs to take some shots.
Holy shit. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
A couple more of these, we might actually pay for all the alcohol.
That one's stinging the nostrils, right?
Holy. By the way, I went to 5 liquor stores to try to find that. And it's totally worth it.
Totally. Yep. That's what my face says right now. Yeah, Drew could use it.
Is that real?
It's not vodka.
Oh,
Oh, my.
It's vodka.
They're $50 million and 4 prospects I've never heard of in here.
Oh, my.
You've heard of Luke and Baker. Don't lie.
Drew's had a long.
It's been a long 24
One day.
hours.
5-1 hockey game. That's all I've experienced in the last 24
That's
hours.
right. 5-1 hockey
Nothing
game.
going
Let's
on.
go Avs!
That's right. Keep the focus where it needs to be. Is there
Get some Rudo. You need Rudo.
I said this to
Bye,
Rudo as the game was winding down, but I want to ask you guys on the pod: is there a bad result tomorrow? Like, not assuming like injuries and all that, because of course that would be a disaster. But can anything happen tomorrow that would be a bad result?
I don't think the Wild can hang with the Avs.
I'm just asking, like, result-wise, in a back-to-back at the beginning of a 4-game set against the same team, if this was a playoff series, it would already be a victory because you'd be coming home 1-1 at absolute worst. And they always say that you're not in trouble in a playoff series until you lose your first game at home. So I'm curious if, since we're sort of pseudo-treating this like a playoff series, and these are the 2 teams at the top of the division that are playing games right now, because Vegas is not playing. So these are the 2 teams that are kind of vying for supremacy while Vegas figures their COVID-ness
So
out.
if that's the case, Avs are looking great.
I think the Avs are looking great.
This is
but
why I'm asking. Is there a bad result? Even if they go out tomorrow, Hunter Miska in net, and they lose 5-0, how much do we care?
I'm not worried about Hunter Miska. If Hunter Miska gives up 7 muffins, he gives up 7 muffins. If the
Don't talk about muffins right now.
you want some muffins,
Dude.
If the Avs lose, Eric just did a shot off camera, by the way.
No, he was on.
Was he on? Did
Yeah,
they bring
yeah.
him on? All right, perfect. Good job. Shout out Kale for
I
amazing
don't think
production.
he's okay.
The score
We've done
does not
multiple
matter.
of those
The score
shots,
does
like,
not matter
figuratively.
tomorrow night. I do want to see a solid effort, though.
Okay.
If the Avs just phone it in, be a little bit disappointed.
It would be.
Because if you win tomorrow night, you're chilling. You go home and you win one of those two. Fantastic
Okay,
four-game
so
series.
if they win tomorrow, is 3-1. If they win tomorrow, is 3-1 in the 4-game series a disappointment?
No.
No.
If they win tomorrow,
No. And the other thing is, like,
it's not.
can Hunter Miska take 19 shots on goal?
Yeah, he should
Right.
be
Be
able.
fine.
Well, look.
So without EJ,
that
they're not
becomes more
going
of
to
a
have that
question.
defensive effort.
Yeah.
That whatever the third pairing ends up being is going to get chewed up.
I'm going under 19 for tomorrow's game.
I'm
Hot
guessing,
take.
I'm guessing 28 or 29 shots on goal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think Miska's gonna have to pull his weight for sure.
Evan,
I don't even know what that is. What is he doing?
I'm about to fly away, dude.
He's feeling the vibe. Evan,
vibing.
have we missed anything from the interviews? I feel like we kind of glossed over it a little bit.
No, not really.
All right.
I mean,
Hype show confirmed.
yeah. I mean, there's nothing really bad to talk about. I mean, even Bednar said I thought Bowen was okay. Or like he was pretty good. Yeah, no, there's nothing much. I mean, they dominated that team.
I
like,
really
Again,
yeah.
like they dominate. They beat Anaheim in overtime. They dominate Anaheim the next game, but lose because John Gibson. They dominate both Sharks games. Go to Minnesota, a house of horrors for them. Dominate Minnesota.
What's
Like at this point, like, are we back on track? Are we
Won
talking?
15-4 the last 3 games.
Are we back talking like? All right, this is the Cup team we thought.
Avs 53-3 confirmed or what? Like,
Well, you got to remember, blowouts don't count.
okay, so Avs 50-3 and 3 blowouts.
Yeah,
It's like-
if we're not counting the blowouts, it's gonna be like 30 wins at this rate.
What?
I struggled so badly to get 30 out right there. 30 wins.
I'm so glad I don't have to do any ad reads tonight. I'll put it that way. What?
I bet you know that DraftKings number by heart.
I know that if you want to do the DraftKings
100.
read, 1-800-522-4700. If you have a gambling problem, stop gambling on us drinking shots right now. But
it's on the over right now.
legitimately,
I dropped the glasses.
he's blind forever.
No, drop the other ones.
What is the negative on the ice for the Avs tonight? Obviously, the EJ injury,
The injury.
is negative.
That's the
but
takeaway. The injury.
That's it. That's all.
That's literally it, man. The takeaway is that they had a third pairing of Ryan Graves and Connor Timmins. They still gave up 20 shots on goal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Nichushkin looked like garbage to me, but that's every other game where he looks like
right.
It's like, I don't
He's off
really
and
know.
on for sure.
But, yeah, I mean,
That's every other night, though. Nichushkin is going to go from being like, oh, he's skating really well, and he hits somebody and he bricks 3 scoring chances, but then the next night he's bad, and
they got to stop
just live
like
with that.
passing to his stick and just start passing to his, like,
His other stick?
yeah.
His backup stick.
Shout out Blais for that graphic of Nichushkin.
I don't think anyone's seen it yet.
I
No, we
tweeted it.
posted
People
it.
have seen
it
it.
got
Yeah.
tweeted.
Everyone's
We
seen
don't
it.
follow each other.
I know. I was like, I
from the main
legitimately
account,
saw
I
it
think.
today, and I was like, if I follow him now, he'll think like I'm a
There's
terrible
always
person.
a point.
So
you
you
reach
just
that point of
kept
no
not-
return.
I was gonna try to sneak it in at 2 a.m. today.
So what you have to watch out, Sarah. So what you have to do is what you have to
Welcome to DNVR After Dark.
Oh my goodness.
Rudo sneaks into his fucking his computer room and just like looks around and he
Follow
clicks
button.
follow.
No, honestly, like what you got to do is you have to be like, oh, he's now on the post-game pods. You guys all have to go follow him. So then when 30 people do it, you
sneak in.
you sneak it in the middle of
There you
that.
go. All right,
And he just doesn't notice.
So at 1:30 a.m. Mountain Time, I need everyone to follow Blais Hunter on Twitter. All right, so we got a little bit more to go here, but the Avs, every phase of this game, it was Avalanche just taking it to Minnesota. I mean,
Well, and like the power play wasn't good, and the power play generated 2 goals.
Yeah.
If your power play is going to be not good and score 2 goals, You'll take that.
Yeah.
It doesn't- if the power play is going to be good and it scores 2 goals, you'll take that.
Against a better team, those 4 power plays, like towards the end of the second and start of the third, probably would have hurt a little bit more. But this team, the Wild had nothing tonight. Like
The negatives for the Avs are like the puck didn't bounce the right way, and that's why we didn't score more than we saw.
I mean, we talked about the other day after the other show, going into the 4-game series, these were the 2 teams that were each 5-3.
Yeah.
And they were getting ready to play against each other 4 games in a row. Now, obviously, if you win all 4 games, you get all 8 of those points. They get 0 of them, and you just say goodbye forever. You dust them. Just bye-bye.
Yeah.
In the standings. Okay. But but if you get 3-1, you're happy, you win the series, whatever. But I said, like, this was their chance to kind of like, okay, you guys were uppity, you beat some of the bad teams. Now you have to come up against what a real contender looks like. We're gonna put you in your place. And I think tonight
It was not close.
it's the kind of thing that sets the tone for a series. If this was a playoff series, we would be talking sweep 4-1 right now. We would be like, it'd be like high fives, and we'd be like, second round, baby. Like, that's how we'd be feeling about it. But it's the regular season, and we know we don't have to worry about any of that. But it's the kind of dominant ass kicking that you put on a team in the first game of a set when you're making them understand you can't hang with us when we're playing at our best, which they didn't even do.
I did not notice Kaprizov.
Not once.
Like
Not
tonight.
once tonight.
And that's
The only time I noticed him is when he got mildly physical with somebody else, and I think it's the first time he's ever touched another human.
I mean, that's Evan and Blais. That's where I want to go next, is the chippiness factor. We saw a little bit of it at the end of this game. There are 3 more games between these teams.
San Jose tried it at the end of the first game. What did it get for him?
Grubauer says we want to stay out of that crap.
And
That's what they're doing for the most part.
I love the responses from the Avalanche because they understand. As AJ puts it, they know that they are the grand experiment.
Yeah.
They don't need to be physical to play their game. But it does feel like there is a fight coming somewhere in this series.
I mean, I don't even know who's gonna fight. Like,
I mean, it's gonna be somebody you don't expect. Like Bowen Byram's gonna like headbutt somebody, and he's just gonna be like, "What's up, Denny's?" And he's gonna fight all of them at the same time, and then you're good. Like, and then you're like, "This is the greatest rookie of all time." they have to give. They're obligated to give him the Calder right then. Let's go.
Since
He'll
Group
rip his
said
shirt
that he
off.
doesn't want to stay out of that,
Yeah.
he's getting in a goal.
you guys talk about the reverse hit, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Girard had one of those too. Like,
A little less fun
yeah. Well, I think it's more fun because he's like 5'2".
because he's pocket sized when it
Yeah.
comes to NHLers.
It's a pocket size reverse hit.
It's going to have to happen after the whistle, right? Because no one can catch the Avs when they're flying. Like, those guys are they're chasing all over the ice.
Now that
Yeah.
I know Ian Cole was actually playing in that game, what do you think he was thinking on the end of the bench? Like, oh man, maybe I should have just been okay with like sitting a little bit.
Did you see his tweet the other day?
No.
Where he was like, after letting it settle for a little bit or whatever he said, like, I want to thank the Avs and their fans, and it's a great organization. That dude took it personally. Like, it came across very salty.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, like, if you traded me, if DNVR traded me to the Star Tribune in Minneapolis, I'd be salty.
Girl, bye.
Like, yeah, I'd be salty. Like, if they traded me for Sarah McClellan straight up, I'd be like, damn it! She wins this deal so hard.
Did you just compare her to Greg Patterin?
No, not at all. She's much better at her job. But it would just like that. I would also be upset, but given all the professional consequences there,
AJ, we've traded you for an intern. The Star Tribune.
I'm sure you were texting out from spam.
I'm trying to think of who would even fight on the Avs.
Nas.
it's Graves.
Yeah, Kadri would definitely throw down. He's thrown down before.
Yeah, like
He can hold his-
Kadri will beat a suspension out of a man if need be. But otherwise, it's Graves. Do you remember the Tampa Bay game last year?
Yeah.
Where like Nathan McKinnon rolled Andre Palat at center ice, and all of Tampa Bay was like, "That's unacceptable." And McKinnon was like, "What did I do?" And Graves was like, "Okay, whoever wants to fight him, you come with me to the other side of the ice, and we'll hash this out like gentlemen."
I mean,
and then they exchanged hugs.
I saw Zach Ronaldo sucker punch Sam Girard once, and literally every single person in an Avs jersey was ready to throw down after that.
Eric Johnson beat the NHL career out of him.
I mean, if it came down to it, Landy would do it.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. We did see Nichushkin get angry. Maybe he just needs that.
Nichushkin will get punched in the face.
Yeah,
I don't know if
he
I'd say he'd
definitely-
fight.
That's fine.
He
Like, who
dropped
cares?
He dropped the gloves in order to get the Gordie Howe that night
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Yeah, that was the goal he scored off his nose.
Exactly. That was the one that went off his face, and he was like, because he doesn't know any English. So
Whatever this is.
Maybe Gravy fighting would like kickstart.
Gravy can't fight, Loki.
Well, I mean, if we're,
those kids in Nova Scotia learn how to
we're
throw them.
assuming Patterin comes in tomorrow. That's the guy who would fight.
Yes, there you go.
All right, so
It's like the Austin Powers.
We're
where you
taking
blew up
Nas.
the moon. Would you miss it? Would you miss it?
So we're taking Nas, we're taking Gravy, we're taking Nichushkin, and we're going up to Monfort's house.
Oh, I know.
If I'm going to Dick
I know where he
Monfort's
lives.
house,
I know where he lives.
I'm not taking Val Nichushkin. I'll take a picture of Val Nichushkin, because that'll be way scarier.
It's just getting notes passed to him now.
Oh, no. That's so sad.
Imagine.
Did you get 50 million?
No, I didn't even get the 50 mil.
You got screwed.
That's an inside joke
Yeah.
if I've ever seen one before.
Just played out live.
On that note, let's move into our final thoughts of the night before they make us drink more.
Don't entice them, please. Let's finish the show.
Hey, all right. Sometimes I have to be a shill. All right. Diamond hands, chat. Hold your stocks. Look at that. That's a diamond hand right there. You think that man's given up on the Rockies? Absolutely not. Those are the most diamond hands I've ever seen.
Can I just say,
It
your
feels like
hair is
Thing.
growing back thicker and stronger than I have ever seen.
It's got flow. Not quite yet, but it's getting there.
I'll shave
It's
business
just
in
like
the
it-
front, party in the back. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yes.
Oh,
The
Rycroft,
mullet.
what is happening with
Oh my
that?
God.
He's trying so hard for the ally of Frady.
I know. Well, yeah, when he turns around, it's like, oh, I see why he's doing
The
this.
party in the back's still there. The business in the front is becoming old in the front, unfortunately. But look, Avs win 5-1. There's almost no negatives to take out of this game. Minnesota got put in their place.
That's a great way to start a 4-game series.
Right.
Yep.
Avs are riding high into another game in Minnesota, and then they come home and get to lay the beat down, right? Like,
I mean, we're legitimately, without Taves and EJ, we're looking at, it's going to be a top three of a 22, a 21, and a 19-year-old. Like, this is getting ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they're dominating with this.
Yeah. Future's bright.
future is now, perhaps.
Gonna have to wear money shades.
If we can find them.
Remind me to
They're
pick those
gone
up.
forever. They're never coming back.
Sorry,
Okay, he's gonna be
RK.
so mad. I'm gonna have to go to the dollar store and get new ones.
All right. We good?
You were just called
I'm
Rudolph.
pretty good, yeah.
I wish I could pull off the Riker hair.
No, you don't. You don't want to.
Number one, make it so.
Nope. Star Trek is not my